to bring us out our drinks already so we could be like,
Yeah, order
and
our
loosen up.
mimosas.
And loosen the fuck up.
Right.
Who don't got sangrias? Our first one. No, hold on. I'm about to chug it to get me ready, actually.
No, well, go ahead, girl.
Anyways.
Back to our channel. If you didn't catch our promo, I'm Nisha.
And I'm Alyssa.
And we're finally getting started to talk about the 4 agreements.
Finally, you don't understand what it took to get here. And honestly, bear with us. This is our first time ever creating a video like this, ever recording ourselves out in public like this. It's a little awkward.
It is awkward.
And it's kind of, it's just a little, this is all new for us. Just bear with us. We might have a little cuts and
that's why we needed these.
cut and paste in the video to get it right, but bear with us. As time goes on, we'll get things running smoothly and work out all the kinks. So, let's talk about it. The 4-month agreement.
And my agreements first because I picked 2.
By Don Miguel Ruiz. Great book. It's only, and honestly, it's a really short read. It's only not even 140. It's only 130 pages. The font's pretty small. I mean, pretty big. I think it took me about like a week to read it. How long did it take you to read?
A day.
A day. Okay, Brainiac.
I work 12-hour shifts though. I got a day to read.
Yeah, quick read, easy read. Only thing I would say is that this book, it kind of is a little deep. So once you start reading it, there might be don't think you're stupid, because it was some paragraphs I caught myself rereading over and over, like, wait a minute.
And some words.
And some words too. Like, honestly, I might sound stupid, but one word I did not know the definition of was flaccid. You know,
I've actually read that in a book though, in a medical book.
Yeah, what does that mean again? I forgot what it means, but damn, I should remember. We'll get back to you. Definition's gonna be right here, y'all.
Okay, let's get started.
So let's talk about it. So basically, this book, real quick recap, because we're not here to summarize it. It basically gives you 4 agreements to live by to make your life, just run smoothly, to give you peace, basically, and make you not stress over everything that you shouldn't be stressing over. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. If you don't know what impeccable means, we'll put the definition right here for you. Impeccable. And then second agreement, don't take anything personally. Third agreement, don't make assumptions. That's my agreement. Right?
And mine is number 2.
Yeah, she likes number 2. I like number 3. And number 4 is always do your best. I feel like number 4 is pretty self-explanatory. Like, just do your best. Don't,
honestly.
Always put
and
your best
honestly,
foot
when we touch
forward.
on 2 and 3, 4 just kind of throws along in there. Like, just do your best.
And be impeccable with your word. That one, we can touch on that one too, honestly. But right now, we're gonna dig deep into the ones that we felt touched. Felt what? What's the word to say?
The ones that touched us, the ones I can speak on personally, because don't take anything personally. I feel like that hits home for me.
Yeah, and
don't
for me, don't make assumptions. I stay assuming something.
So I started with agreement number 2, baby. Okay, so I did don't take anything personally. And really, this hit home for me because I take a lot of things personal, honestly. Like, if you know me personally, it's 2 sides of me, actually. I take everything personal, or when I'm trying not to, I put this like I don't give a fuck front on. But deep down inside, I'm holding on to that shit inside me. Like, I be bothered.
That shit up
Like, but I'll act so cool and collective, but trust me, I'm real bothered. Yeah, if you said anything to me, just know that shit is inside me right now. And it's gonna be a time where I spaz out and it's just gonna come.
And that's what this book is teaching us. You can't take things personally because like with her, I don't know what's your situation you're talking about, but like say like you're out and somebody says something like, I don't fucking know.
Like if someone just walked by and was like, you're ugly or you're stupid, you can't take the first part. You don't know.
Take it personally, because honestly, that is their issue. Like like that really tells you more about them than yourself. So like them calling you ugly, that just shows that, bitch, you're bothered.
And that's why when I'm out in the world, even when someone's doing something ugly or nasty to me, I just assume like, they're having a bad day. We've all been there. I try to keep that up best. But realistically, strangers can't really piss me off, but it's my peers that can piss me off the most, like friends and that sort, because you look at these people to be so close to you, so you expect them to not hurt your feelings, but deep down inside, how someone feels about themselves can reflect on even their friends.
And also like, when you take things personally, that is you agreeing with what they're saying.
Exactly.
So like, if they say, like she said, oh, you're ugly, and you walking around like, damn, what the fuck? This nigga done call me ugly. This person call me ugly.
Or even somebody call you fat. Like
that means you think you're ugly.
Yeah.
Don't,
or they could think their self is fat or anything. Like if someone point out your flaws, that means they're trying to deflect on their own flaws. So they don't want you to notice their flaws. So they're gonna point out yours first, just in case whatever you were thinking about them. And their mind is like, well, I already told you about yourself. So even if whatever you think about me, you're not perfect either. Like people try to mess with your mind like that, and if you put energy into that, you already gave them control of your life, and you can't do that. Like the more you take things into consideration that they're only reflecting on their life, the less angry you'll be, less envy, jealousy, all that goes hand in hand. Like all of that will lessen the more you only worry about yourself. That's all we're here for.
And what you need
to
understand is nothing that other people do is because of you.
Exactly.
Nothing. You can't make anybody do anything. You can't make them think nothing. You can't make them do nothing at all. Like
at
nothing.
Nothing they do. Because actually that becomes selfish. Because it's like, who are you to assume that everything's about you? Everything's not about you. Like even the way somebody has an attitude and it might rub off, like they might answer you in a certain tone. That's still not about you.
Don't take that shit personally.
Don't take it personal. It's not about you. That's whatever they got going on inside their brain, their life, or whatever they got going on. And it's like for you to get mad about that, that's like really self-centered of yourself. Like everything's not about you. Their world doesn't revolve around you, and yours doesn't revolve around them.
Even though they like to make it seem like it's you,
because they might snap at you, so you might feel like, damn, what did I do to them?
And honestly, this is why I really started. This book is what made me want to start this thing, because these agreements really, like reading this book has shown me, it changed my whole thought process. Like, okay, before I'll be pressed about certain situations. It is.
That's like even when I come home, like when I used to live at home with my parents, my mom used to come home from work, ask her one question, she just yells, and I'd be like you just walked in the house. That's her day. I don't know what went on at work, what she went through, but instead, as being selfish, I took it personally. Like, damn, my mama yelling at me. Like, I didn't listen to her. She just walked in the house, whatever. But that's her world. Like, I can't take that personally for whatever she's been through. Like, that was selfish for me.
Sit back, relax,
and just don't give people control of your life like that.
On page 50, it says, you make something big out of something so little because you have the need to be right and make everybody else wrong.
Exactly.
And it should not be like that. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be right. You don't need to be wrong.
Stop trying to tell your story. Let people
think what they want, because at the end of the day, they're going to think what they want, because their life is whatever is going on in their life is going on, and it makes you have no control over that. And you know,
there's people that sit on the phone with their friends all day and gossip about everybody else's life. Guess what? That's because it's really something they don't like about theirs, and it makes them feel better deep down inside to get all that out their chest and share people's business. So that's what makes them feel better. Let them. If the rumors get spreaded, let them. Don't correct anybody. Like, we're not put on this world to please anybody. We're put on this world to be responsible for ourselves and ourselves only, okay?
One more quote before we move on to the next one. It says, hold on. It says, you might even tell me, Miguel, what you are saying is hurting me. But it's not what I'm saying that is hurting you. It is that you have wounds that I touched by what I've said. So like we said,
you guys know the saying, the truth hurts. Pretty much.
And it's not always the truth. That's what we're trying to say. Like, so say let's get it. Yeah.
Yes, I ordered a breakfast burrito. Okay, hold
on. We're gonna take a little quick break and come back to agreement number 2. Which is so
Alrighty, so number 2, again, don't take anything personally. Make this a habit, because the more you make it a habit to not take anything personal, you will find yourself less angry, less stressed, less having an attitude about life, less having enemies too. You know, you have people in your head like, I don't like that motherfucker because of what they said to you.
And I feel
but it was nothing personal. They didn't even mean it towards you at all. Like, and also people don't even tell themselves the truth. So you can't expect them to tell you the truth. Like, they lie to themselves.
You read that in the book, huh?
Yeah.
That's the fact. I seen that in the book. I highlighted that.
They don't tell themselves.
They lie to themselves.
The truth. So how do you expect someone to tell you the truth? And then some of the people tell you lies and stuff to pump you up. So you be thinking like, oh, okay, but it's like you don't need that from anybody. Be your own hype man. Treat yourself right. Be responsible for you, and I promise you, your life will go way much smoother.
Be
like,
more peaceful.
Yeah.
And one way for me, after I read this, it said don't take anything personally. Hold on, let me get a drink real quick. Sorry. Woo. I found a easy way to like always remember, like, it's not about me, it's about them. I'll be talking big shit in my head.
Yeah.
Like, so when somebody comes at me crazy, now I be thinking like, oh, you're mad with your motherfucking loser, broke ass. Like, you're mad because you're broke and I'm about to go do this. The fuck? Like, so if you just talk shit in your head, it's easy to not take anything personally because you'll really sit there and think like, wait, don't say it out loud because then you're going to make a problem.
Also, too, in those situations, what I've learned from just like, living at home with my parents at first, you're not supposed to disrespect your parents. Those times are spazzing out, but I picked this up at home. Every time I used to get mad, I would go to my notes because iPhones have notes. Every angry thing I had or mad about, I would just write it down instead of saying it. Relationship-wise, now I'm in a relationship. Now, I just go to my notes. Everything I want to say about talking shit or rebuttal to somebody when I know they're angry, but they're not really mad at me. They're just mad at themselves, so they're taking it out on me. I go to my notes, and I just lay all it down. People have diaries, all that. Get one with a lock, though. Trust me. Get one with a lock.
Don't because you know what, my girl, that's a whole different story for another. Be careful with the diary.
Yeah, have a lock on it or something, but definitely, please, don't take anything personally. Please, even with friendships, like I know a lot of us fall out because we just assume certain things or we get mad at people's lives and this, that, and the third. But it's just like, don't take anything personal. If that's your friend and you feel like they were a weirdo at that moment, they did some weird things, so now y'all just out of disagreement. Sit back, think about it. But honestly, I can say if you're not in the wrong and you know that for sure, don't kiss butt either. I'm never gonna tell you to do that. But because again, like the book says, you're here for you and you only. But don't take it personal. When that person, gets their mind right and want to talk, be open about it. Be open mind. Be open book about it. Talk about it. Move forward with it. Don't hold a grudge about it.
If you can. Because I've heard from so many people that like, well, I don't have no filter, so I'm going to tell you, and I'm good. I love confrontation, so I'll tell you what I'm feeling. But one thing I had to work on is, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So maybe if you do realize that they are, what's the word I'm looking for? Pushing their negative energy onto you because of what the fuck is going on in their life. Maybe try to figure out a way to talk to them and tell them like, look, you're not mad at me. Like, I didn't do nothing to you. Let's fix this. Like, if you.
And also too, people don't have the right to tell you anything about who you are, who you're about your life. So go ahead. Even if somebody wants to sit you down and be like, oh, well, I'm just saying. People fair line is, I'm just saying. You this, and this. They don't have a right to tell you about who you are or you this and this anything. So you can listen if you want to or you can walk away. But you can listen, but again, you can sit there.
Don't take it personally.
Let them say whatever they say. Because at the end of the day, we're all individuals that are made different. What they believe in and what they don't like may not be the same as what you believe in and what you don't like. So you can't expect them to like the same thing you like, and you can't expect people, we're all different for a reason. So don't take it personal that they don't like something a certain way because you don't like something a certain way. We're all individuals. We're all different.
Let's go to the second one. Well, mine.
Alrighty. So again, how I mentioned assumptions though, that goes into hers because assumptions and taking things personally go hand in hand as well because we assume things.
And then when things don't go right, we take it personally. Yeah. So yeah, agreement number 3, don't make any assumptions. And that goes as far as with your mom, your dad, your friends, your teacher, your boyfriend, your girl, your fucking manager, your boss, your anything. Don't make any assumptions. Like, for example, we could have anything. I don't fucking know. Like, we could have, for example, for her food just now, she didn't want no eggs. So we, of course, we're like, they're gonna put extra stuff in it. She told them though, like, put extra sausage and extra potatoes. I want eggs. He's like, oh, okay. Now, if we wouldn't have said nothing, we just assumed they known that, and they would have brought her a little ass burrito out with just barely anything in it. We would have been mad as fuck when really, bitch, you shouldn't have assumed that you knew that they wanted you to fill that shit up. Right. It's literally just the littlest things in life. Like, even like how girls be like, I want flowers, but I don't want to tell you. Bitch, he don't know you want flowers. When's the last time he bought his mama some flowers? She want flowers too.
Right.
Like, you can't assume anything. Like,
you just can't assume people are in your head. And we're big on that. I feel like our generation and our age range are. First of all, it's social media. Let's start there. Social media has people living a life of feeling like,
they think y'all know something.
We see it on there, so we expect whoever we're around to just know to do that as well. Like, everybody's different. Everybody has a different life, different mindset. If I want to have a date night on Friday, I can't assume that the person I'm dating is supposed to just know, like, oh, she want to go out Friday. No. It's not how it works.
Yeah, no, literally. And then it's like, you know how they say when you see make an ass out of you and me, and that's literally what happens with anything. And it's like, you might think little things like, oh well, girl, he never bought me flowers. You know he want, bitch. You know how much stuff is going on in that man's life?
Exactly.
Like, he has so much stuff going on. I don't even be remembering to do, like, to fucking switch my contact out sometimes.
Oh,
like, you
God.
know, like...
I don't even remember to charge my phone.
Exactly. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if I'm trying to keep up with all my stuff in my life, what makes you think that I even got time to even think about some goddamn flowers right now?
And don't assume people's lives are going good just because they're happy. That does not mean anything. People can be on social media. People's favorite line is, oh, well, they were posting, so they're good. That does not mean anything. The happiest people can post all day, and they really be going through so much behind that. So if you have friends, and they might be outside and didn't invite you, or whatever the case may be, I know girls are catty. So if they didn't invite you somewhere, and you just assume, like, oh, she didn't invite me. Well, do you know the situation? Do you know what happened? Do you know if that was a last minute thing? Do you know somebody just called their phone and they were actually mad at that moment, so they rushed out of it
right.
oh yeah, I'll come, but didn't hit you up? That doesn't mean they just didn't want you to come. You never know what that person was going through at that moment, and they just got up and went. Like, we have to stop assuming that as well.
And I got 2 more points I want to make out of the book that we read. So it says, we make all sorts of assumptions because we don't have the courage to ask questions. And what I wanted to kind of piggyback on that is, like, we don't have the courage to ask questions, and y'all motherfuckers also, we all don't have the courage to speak up.
Yes.
So it's not even about them just asking questions, because we're not gonna be walking around like, hey, you wanna, you want this? Like, I'm thinking about my own life. You also have the courage to speak up.
Yeah.
And just because you
say it, what do you want to do? Say it.
I just bring up the flower situation because I know that's like a big topic a lot of the times. Like, you can't assume any of that. Like, you're not gonna be like, he's not gonna walk around like, you want some flowers. Now you're gonna be mad because he asked you if you wanted flowers, and then just get you the flowers.
And also, you can assume, even with like parents wise, like, we can't assume our parents know where we're going. And expect them to know you had a bad day at work or you hate your job because they're supposed to know that. Like, no, you have to speak up. If anything's bothering you, speak up. Don't assume somebody's gonna know that about you.
And the last one, well, not the last, but another one I wanted to bring up. I'll make it my last because we've been talking for a minute. Another thing we didn't talk about just yet is that we also make assumptions about ourselves, and this creates a lot of inner conflict.
Yes.
So basically, when you say, like, I think I'm able to do this. So for example, right now, like, we think that this video is gonna come out right.
Right.
So we're assuming, like, so we're sitting here like, oh, I know this is about to be the best video. Oh, I know that we got this in the bag, and it comes out shitty as fuck. Okay, now we're gonna be feeling bad. Like, okay, we wasted 2 weeks fucking up. Now we did that. But stop assuming. So we have to sit here and be like, you know what? Be realistic. Okay, it's our first time shooting a video. It's our first time doing a YouTube. This shit might come out messed up. I even told her, like, you know what? If we don't like this video, we can, like, scratch it.
Yeah.
Because you can't assume that this is gonna be coming out perfect.
You have to have expectations. Don't set them too high. Don't set them too high.
And know yourself. You know yourself.
You're gonna disappoint yourself. Exactly. And then you can't expect too much out of other people because everybody's different. Again, you can't expect too much. You're gonna disappoint yourself.
It says, find someone who you don't have to change at all. If you're with, on relationship wise or friends wise, if you're with somebody and you feel like, okay, you know what, I love this person, or this is my friend, but they have this problem, but it's okay because, we can fix it. Bitch, you assuming that they want, first off, you're assuming that they want to be fixed. Second, you're assuming that they're gonna fix it.
Right.
3, you're assuming that it's like, you're assuming so much. Like, if you are with any friend or any relationship that you feel like you want to change them, you don't like them.
Yeah, you don't like
you
who
like
they
the
are.
person that they potentially could be, which you're assuming that they're ever going to get to that point,
exactly.
which 9 times out of 10 they're not.
Exactly.
Because if you don't see a problem,
People
it's not
are
going to be fixed.
Yeah.
But you want to keep going, or you want to just? I could keep going all day, but I feel like, you know what?
But you guys need to read the book.
You guys need to read the book.
Just how we talked and touched on things, that just goes to show on how it has to do with real life. You know,
you
like,
really
we're all
read
living, walking around here freely, thinking we know everything, and this, that, and the third.
Look at this. Hold on. You see my notes? I got notes for days.
And it helps you check your attitude. Like, after reading this book, I definitely checked my attitude so much. Like, I'm less angry, less petty. Like, you really just can't assume. Even when things go wrong, I'll be so quick to want to snap. But after reading that book, I'll be like, you know what? Step back. It's life. Don't assume.
Shit happens.
Yeah, not assume the situation.
Nobody.
You're not there at the moment. You can't assume what's a lie and what's not. Like, Don't take it personal. Like, you really have to be impeccable about your words, as in watch what I'm saying, because
Speak highly.
The tongue is very powerful. And as the fourth agreement says,
always do your best.
Always do your best. That's all that matters.
And that
always
all
do
comes
your
together.
Best.
Once you start,
even if you fail, you did your best. I'd rather do my best and something flops and not put my all into it than not try it all.
I actually was reading another book where it says there's two types of failure. And all failure is not bad.
Exactly.
There's two types of failure. One is bad. One type of failure is when you don't even try. You already failed. Mm-hmm. Two is when you do try, like we're doing now, hey, and it doesn't work. And that's okay because that builds character.
Yes, please.
Yes,
thank you.
Get another one, right? But no, yeah, the other kind of failure is when you do try and things flop. That is the best. That's great for your life because that just, it shows you what the mistakes you made. You can fix yourself, go forward from there, and, do better next time. It's never the end of the road until you motherfucking are dead.
Exactly.
And we ain't dead.
But yes,
but being
seriously, you guys, read the book, okay? It's very beneficial. Even if you don't read it, I hope you guys take what we said into consideration. Assuming and taking things personally.
If you don't, that's on you because you're just going to be a mad person all the time about other people's lives.
Could you really imagine walking around angry? Or even people, okay, for example.
And that's not cute. Yeah. Do better. Read this book, check it out, think about it, or go on Spark Notes.
Whatever you want to do. It's actually free as well if you Google it on PDF. They have a version of it for free if you don't want to buy it. Read through it on your free time, downtime, spare time, whatever you want to call it. And check it out. It really will help you get through life. Because if you walk around here taking everything personally or assuming it, you're going to be an angry person. And guess what?
And that fucks your skin up.
And you're going to be taking... That means you're taking on everybody else's energy on top of your energy to your life. That's a lot. I'm sorry. That's tiring. So
and we already got enough going in our lives. So we can't be stressing over what
so we worried about what this person said, that person said, what I think about myself, the next person said this, and this. Like, that's just too much, no. Yeah. Worry about yourself. And
drink a drink. Take a little
sip. Also, too, if you're one of those people who do talk or have something negative to say all the time, stop doing that. Like, putting that out there in the atmosphere, stop doing that as well. Try not to be that person that just gossip or bully or whatever you want to call it. Hold yourself accountable to only worry about yourself and not put that bad voodoo out in the world as well.
And check out Fig on Santa Monica.
Fig in Santa Monica.
And this is Saturday School.
Saturday School.